Welcome to the Two Blokes Chatting radio show on 94.7 The Pulse. Music, interviews, news, and, well, Two Blokes Chatting. Now, here are the two blokes.
Hey, Rob, we've been very, very pleased this year to have had a series of coaches from the Geelong and District Football League, and today is no exception.
We're going out to the northern suburbs of Geelong to a club that has been under the pump and struggling, but they are led by a man who is always positive, upbeat, and sees light at the end of the tunnel. And he's joined us this morning. Darren, Bennett, hello to you.
Morning, guys.
Great to have you on our show again. This is the third time I reckon I've chatted to you, and each time there's obviously a negative tone to it because it's a long time since your club's won a game of footy in the senior or reserve section. You're doing it pretty tough, but each time we talk, things are looking better. You had some performances in 2019, sections of games that you could be terribly proud of, and halves and three quarters of games, but you had limited resources, but you've been working hard off the field, and numbers are looking better, but more importantly, quality looking better for 2021.
Yeah, that's for sure. So, sort of with a year off, it sort of gave us the opportunity to recruit a few more guys into the club, and obviously we've got a few one-pointers that have moved away over the time, so they were our first focus, and yeah, we've got some other guys around them as well.
And have they brought with them a collective? Are they really happy to be back, and are they training like they want to be back and want to work together?
Yeah, they've been really, really positive, and having a heap of young guys, like as we recruited them, we sort of said to them, you know, there's no older guys here that are going to tell you what to do. You can set the standards and make it your club. That's what we want to give to you, a club that, you know, you can take forward and call your own for a long time. So, and they've driven the standards and, yeah, challenged each other and called each other out, and, yeah, been really positive on the track.
Darren, it's Neil here. I guess I've had a bit to do with some guys who played at Nunawading who are in a similar situation to you over the couple of years, and I would have thought that the difficulty would be in getting the message to potential recruits to say, yeah, you know what, it's been a while, but why wouldn't you want to be part of something that's new and going forward? How do you sell that message? Is it just on the fact that it's your club?
Yeah, you're spot on there. Like, it is hard to get guys in, and not playing footy in 2020 probably hurt us as well, because while we didn't have the recruits we've got now, we did have some where the future was looking a little bit brighter, and it would have been good to get a couple of wins on the board so you can show some progression and show to other people that where the club's heading towards, and we didn't really have that opportunity. So, you know, even at this stage, like some clubs are still knocking us back for practice matches because obviously they don't see us as a challenge and probably see us still as the old 2019 team, which is fair enough. We understand where we were at. We sort of had the reset and took responsibility for where the club was at, and yeah, we've all owned it, and we just got to move forward.
When we spoke to you last, it was pre-season 2020, which didn't actually happen, and the appointment of very unique appointment of your son Joel onto the coaching staff. Now, do we technically call you joint coaches, or are you taking the senior mantle and he's the assistant?
No, we're both doing it together. So we're both joint coaches. So every decision we make, we sort of make together, and we both get involved and do the drills together and stuff like that. So everything, you know, I might have a drill which he tinkers with a bit, and same with his drills.
So how does it go when, well, you're probably not under match day pressure to know, but just in the general relationship you have with your son, are you likely to have times where you butt heads a little bit, or have you got a method of that you've gone through your life together that you're sure you'll manage that pretty well?
Yeah, we'll manage that pretty well, I think. Like on game day, I still want him, and I'm explaining to him that I still need him to play footy. Like that's got to be his focus, because obviously when you're coaching and playing, it can be pretty tough, and it can take your concentration away from the actual playing of the game. So yeah, I just want him to play on Saturdays and put his ideas forward and have his say. But like a lot of the stuff at training, like a lot of the match sim stuff and that, he drives it and takes ownership of it. And yeah, no, so he's really good during the week, but on Saturdays I want him to take a back seat and just enjoy playing footy.
Have you had any of your recruits comment on the uniqueness of the situation, whether it's tongue-in-cheek or whether they're genuinely concerned as to how you'll work together?
No, I haven't really. I do find it strange sometimes when we're working together, and he yells out, "Oh, we'll have Dad over there," and seems a little bit strange. Or he yells out from the other side of the ground, "Oi, Dad," and it's like, yeah, it just seems a little bit strange. But yeah, no, I think the boys have grown up with both myself and Joel around the club anyway, so they all know us pretty well. So we've probably been a bit of a combination for a fair while. Like Joel, I've always coached, so Joel's always grown up with a whiteboard in his hand, no matter how old he's sort of been.
So it's interesting too, Darren. I'm the relative newcomer here in terms of footy in the region, so I'm learning quickly. And if I was just to purely look at the results on the scoreboard, you'd say, yeah, it's not a club that I want to be part of. But the great stories that I keep hearing about your club that's doing so much, not only off the field in terms of your footy and your netball, but also for the area around your ground, that the community of which you're part of. That seems to me to be an amazingly good selling point and a really good thing you guys are doing.
Yeah, it's a unique area, Corio. Like, there's some people that really need our footy club, and we need the people around it to support us, and it gives them somewhere to go on a Saturday. It gives the kids a place to come and a safe place, and we've been doing a lot of work behind the scenes with junior football in our area. Obviously, junior football in the northern suburbs has sort of suffered a bit. We don't have the juniors out there, so we've sort of put something together behind the scenes. I won't say too much about it, but it's sort of coming out where it's sort of merging with a couple of clubs and trying to get some juniors going out our way, because we've got to give our kids a pathway. We can't just have them chopping and changing clubs and stealing each other's kids every year, because it's been happening for quite some time, and it just doesn't work, So the kids have got to come first, and I think it's our responsibility of leaders in the northern suburbs that we do something and we help these kids and give them a pathway.
Darren, is it fair to suggest that the children are there? They're just not interested in footy or not interested in in a club environment? Is that one of the issues?
There's kids there, and kids have sort of drifted away because our junior system doesn't have that pathway, and it's probably a little bit the same with other clubs in the northern suburbs. And yeah, they've taken away, like when I was young, we had Norlane High School, we had Flinders Peak High School, we had Corio Tech High School, and two of those schools are gone now. Like me and all my mates growing up, like North Shore and Corio were full of kids from those schools, and now we've only got one of those three schools. So sort of where you get all your players from, your locals from, it just really doesn't exist as much anymore.
Yeah, so those families that were sending their young and teenage children off to school are still living in those same houses, but their children are all grown up and gone, because we remember around Geelong, those of us around a long time, that the North Shore Football Club ran their own Little League competition, so it showed how many kids were in the area during that particular time, and that helped then the Corio and North Geelong and Bellpost Hibs clubs prosper.
It was very strong. I actually coached over there, juniors over there for 4 years, so yeah, it was a very strong competition, a very good competition, and you sort of had kids coming from all around the area just to play Little League over there, and yeah, it's a shame that it doesn't still happen that way, but it is what it is, and we just got to build a pathway and rebuild it, I guess.
It's a story I might try and visit on our Thursday morning show, because to me it's a community thing, that maybe the football clubs that are affected, and you're not the only one, and we know that North Shore is struggling as well, and the same thing. So if you could get together with some support from council and state and federal government, either to make the football clubs a real focus for the young people to be at, the social benefits of that are enormous.
Yeah, absolutely, and I have had a couple of meetings with Dale Purcell from North Shore, and there is things where we're trying to do. We both understand that there's not enough kids in the area for both or all our clubs to thrive, and every year clubs in the north try to get juniors up and going, and it's just not going to happen. We need to band together, and both Dale and I understand that, and we just need some more people to get on board and build a bit of a, I don't know what you would call it, like a leadership group to and someone from the council, maybe someone from AFL Barwon, someone from the GDFL, and just get something happening. And even if it's one junior club for the north, and let's get something happening, because it needs to happen quick because kids are just walking out of the area.
Well, you've got a federal opposition leader in your backyard. He should be able to pull a few strings.
Yeah, it's hard. It's a hard job to do. Like I'm pretty keen to do it and help and get involved. But obviously, at the same time, trying to build a senior footy club, like it's too much work for one or two people. So we sort of need some people to put their hands up, jump on board, and help us out a little bit. Because obviously Dale and the guys at Darren Winter and the guys at North Shore have got their hands full trying to get North Shore up and going as well. So. We just need some people to help us out and some people to understand the situation and not just leave it to the people in the northern suburbs to fix. We just need some people to drive it and help us. And there probably is some funding we can get to help, get something started. But who do we contact? Where do we go?
I'm not quite sure if your tongue was in your cheek, Neil, but I think you've hit the nail firmly on the head, and it might be a good place to start. Darren, one of the issues that you have at Corio is you're going to improve 10, 15, 20% maybe and get yourself up and about, but you know from around the traps that the Geelong and District Footy League's improvement is going to continue. The best sides from last year or 2019 are going to be 5% better as well. So it's just a really tough competition now to prosper in, and we hope the results are a lot different to they were in 19, but you're going to have to improve a lot more than 20%. Yeah.
So everyone's recruited really, really well. Like the league's looking really strong, and I think like any one of probably 9 or 10 clubs can play finals, and with a couple of upsets here and there, who knows who's going to end up first and who's going to end up eighth, really.
Yeah, you're quite right. It's a healthy sign. It's good that we've got so many people coming to Geelong to play in the GFL, and then that filters down into the Bellarine, and now Geelong and District Footy League are getting the benefit of some marvellous players in the prime of their footy coming down and strengthening the whole comp. So it's a good sign. We'll be in touch, Darren. We've got some bit of excitement coming up with Indigenous round in round 1. We'd love to have talked more about it, but we've run out of time. We'll probably chat to you closer to that, or maybe even both clubs about that round. It's exciting times, but good luck and thank you for your time this morning.
Cheers, guys. Thanks.
Thanks, Darren.